you know, having devotions in the morning has changed my life. Well, folks, we're starting another project today. I've been needing a sled, an old-timey sled that I can pull behind my tractor.
So, how did you even come up with this idea? Because he doesn't have any plans. This was all in his head. So what?
Well, I remember a couple of things. I remember I used to help my grandpa years ago, and we would go out in the woods, and he had an old wood sled, and he'd hook a mule up to it. By the way, that mule's name was Tom Dooley. Anyway, Grandpa would, I'd help him cut wood, and we would load wood in that sled and bring it back to the house to heat the house with. So anyway, I've been kind of thinking about that and how much a sled is useful. making some good progress on the sled. I'm got my braces made. This is where, in the front of the sled, I got it standing on the side right now. But anyway, this is where I'll have a chain attached, and it will just, the chain will just fall over the hitch, whether I'm pulling with the ATV or whatever. But I'll get this one here on and get the other one on, then I'll be ready to put boards on it. So well, I like one more end having this sled put together, then we'll put the flooring on it. But these are made out of hickory. They're 3 inches by 6 inches, but they're green and they warp just a little bit. So I'm going to use this strap, see if I can pull them back in place. Here off. Well, I think we about got it.
Yep.
I've got to kind of taper these right here just a little bit. So I will get that done. And then I'll taper the bottom side. And then we'll be ready to mill some lumber.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You did a great job. And he'll give an instructional, no, I'm just kidding. Well, he finished milling the wood that he's going to need to make the sled. He had tried using his battery-operated nail gun, but it just won't go through the white oak. It's just too hard for it. So we'll get this screwed down, and then we'll use a chalk line and just cut it with either a chainsaw or a circular saw. Match it up there. So while he's doing that, I'll talk to you a little bit about the milling process. As you saw earlier, we had milled the lumber, and one of the logs you saw us cut off probably about 24 plus inches. That's because it had wire in it, and we cut through the wire one time. And then another little snafu we ran into is I had just turned the camera off, and the sawmill, it made a shotgun sound, and just about scared the pants off of both of us. And it was one of the dogs. I call it cats because the dogs are the square tubed ones, and the one on the other side of the sawmill, it had came off and caused the log to shift. So we thought he'd broke the blade, but it didn't. So we was able to use it for a few more times. And then he put a new blade on it. So Okay, we'll get this other side fixed, and then we'll take you along for the maiden voyage.